I just don't. I think the over-under is that high for a reason. But when you look at UCLA, they've made plays when they've needed to against Utah. I mean, I didn't say I'm not gonna say they dominated Utah, but they beat them pretty good. They made plays against Washington. This defense has come up big. They blitz a lot. They come from all different angles. So I would take UCLA's defense.
I tell you what, it's interesting because that video came on with the UCLA game against Washington. That's the game that instantly comes to mind because don't forget, going to that game, Michael Penix Jr. was like one of the guys everybody was talking about. He was on fire, and they neutralized him. I mean, they had 2 interceptions in the first half. They had a tremendous game plan going against Washington. I think that they're going to come up with the same game plan against Oregon, but Bo Nix is on fire, man. I think Bo Nix and his offense there right now, they're one of the hottest offenses in all of college football, so it's going to be interesting, but they got some ball hawks back there for the Bruins.
Top 2 run defenses in the Pac-12, both limiting opponents to under 100 yards per game on the ground. So is this going to be an air raid, in the air type of game for both these offenses, guys?
I like your stats. You got some great stats.
I know, right?
Marissa, our statistician, is not with us today. Shout out to Marissa. Always bringing it
me with the #1 defense and going to give up 40 points. But, they got the #1 rush defense. I'll tell you what. I think both ground games are what make both teams go.
Right.
Like, I think DTR is sensational. I think he's grown up a lot. But without the run game, I don't think DTR is DTR. Bo Nix, running the football is the reason he is here. So, absolutely, it starts with stopping the ground game.
Yeah, offensively, they're very similar. Both quarterbacks are dual threat quarterbacks. They love to run the ball. They want to set up the pass with the run, and they want to establish the run. What they're going to do is they're going to try to formation you to death, do different personnel groupings to try to get matchups issues on defense. But both of them want to run the ball, and you're going to have to establish the run. You're not going to drop back and just throw the ball on either one of these defenses.
You mentioned DTR in this transfer portal era that we're in. Here's a guy who decided to stay, who stuck it out, had about 500 record before this season, and all of a sudden he's showing, being rewarded for his commitment to that program.
Absolutely.
Oregon UCLA, not the only big matchup on the slate this weekend. There are 4 other ranked versus ranked matchups, including a big one in the ACC. Undefeated Syracuse heads to undefeated Clemson to take on the 5th-ranked Tigers. That game will be at noon on ABC. And speaking of the Tigers, we take a deeper dive into the Syracuse-Clemson matchup with our Nissan Heisman update. Clemson QB DJ Uiagalelei has thrown for 17 touchdowns and just 2 interceptions this year. He currently has 22-1 odds to win the Heisman Trophy. Now, full disclosure, that's not top tier right now in Heisman.
Hey, he's in there, though. This time last year he wasn't.
It's just nice to be nominated.
Yes.
Syracuse boasts the top-scoring defense